Hey everybody, Scroft here. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 25. Welcome back to the small holding series for something a little bit different this time round. I'm joined by Beanie Bob. I don't know where she's gone. She's here somewhere. Oh, she's behind us, floating about. Have you got super speed on?
No.
I think it's just weird how it almost looks like you're running too fast, and I don't know. I think it's just multiplayer on FS25. It's not working perfectly from what I hear of people. There's a few things going on. I mean, we've already noticed that you can't seem to open gates, but I can, so it's a bit of a weird one. But to be honest, I'm using a load of mods that I'd use in my single player, and we've just tried to have you join, so it might go terribly wrong, but it's Easter Sunday, we're chilling out. I said, do you want to come join and we can have a good chat and just play the game and have a bit of fun?
Exactly. I've got to try and remember how to do everything.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Your job is to get into the Ford. Oh my God, this chair. Sorry, that was complete. This chair, it's hitting. I'm back on my steering wheel setup, and as you know, I've got it better, but yeah, it's just a different setup. I am actually using manual gears, which I'll talk to people about in a second, and it's just me being a nerd coming from that farm job, driving that T6, using the gears the way that's set up. I wanted to try and do it in game, so I've kind of got it on my Thrustmaster farm stick, where I've got gears going up and down on one side, so, and then the other side's like to change groups, so like lows and highs basically. So yeah, the chair though, for some reason, it's not very comfy right now. So anyway, stop faffing.
Stop faffing.
Are you alright doing the muck spreading then in that Ford?
Yes.
You're going to do it in the field that I'm going to pick up bales in, because literally I've just carried on from my last episode that I did in single player. So yeah. So I need to go into, let's go into highs.
That's a bit high.
And start in 2. That's probably spot on. It's nice to get my steering wheel back though, it really is. So if I just drop down now, yeah, it works. It's actually working really well, to be honest, on the farm stick. So I can use it for picking up bales. I'm hoping that's all set up, and if not, then I'll sort that out. No one saw that, Beanie. No one saw that, honest.
I'm trying to do it bird's eye view so I can see how to connect.
I thought you were... Go on, I'll move backwards.
Oh my God, I don't like this. This is very, very tight.
Whoa. Just... Whoa. Don't take the shed out.
That was lag.
Okay?
That was lag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, your pipe's flopping at the back.
Oh no. Oh, Scroft, what have you done to me?
Right, just stop a second, because I need to pick up that weight in that front loader. And if I do that, you'll have a bit more space. But you do need to let me get past. So if you go to the left... Why? You're off your head. She's not been drink driving this time, I promise you, honestly. She's had too many Easter eggs, and this is the outcome. They were fermented eggs. It's gone straight to her head.
Oh God,
right,
Scroft came down earlier. And go straight back.
Yeah, just give me some space, get past. I'll pick them up out, and then they're out your way. So that's it. Just stay there for a second, okay?
Yeah.
We'll get there, I promise you.
Yeah.
I'm going to just pick the front loader up first. But go on, say what you were going to say.
I was going to say, it got to 12:30 today, and Scroft had not mentioned Easter eggs once, and I can't be dealing with that. Easter eggs are breakfast on Easter, so
That works.
I asked him if he wanted his Easter egg. Of course he knew that I wanted mine, so it's like, well, get it, and then you can have yours. He had a couple of bits of his chocolate orange. By the time he come downstairs, I'd had me 2 mini eggs and me Easter egg.
I know. That's a world record. But at the end of the day, it don't matter, does it? It's Easter, so why not?
Easter, exactly.
Right.
I mean,
what are you in? Are you in first person or are you in third person? Like, are you
third.
Bird? I thought you said bird. I was like, wait a minute. Is that a new number?
Yes.
But then you could have said bird's eye view. What you on about, Scroft? Stop faffing. Right, so you've got to now reverse.
Oh yeah.
Not that way, the other way, because you're going to follow me. Whoa, just slow and steady wins the race, right? Just woo-sa.
Oh gosh.
This is amazing. Do you know you've it's my fault. You haven't played it and since 22 on the survival series. I thought it'd be a nice Easter treat, even though this video is probably going to come out like Tuesday, so a day after Easter's ended. But still, it's Easter Sunday for us.
Yeah.
I mean, can I just put like a counter in the top left corner saying the amount of times it's gonna, like, how many how many turns is this gonna do?
Why did you make this courtyard so tight?
It's the small holding. Wait a minute, let me move out way. Right, anyway.
I can't reverse with trailers. You set me up for disaster, I feel like.
No, I would never. Honest.
Slurry, yes.
Right, so you're going to obviously get some... Well, my farm stick's working perfectly with the thingy-majigamabob. So, oh, no, wrong one. That's my fault. Lift that up. I've still got my controllers, so if I do need to... Because not all the controls have been set up. It's been that long that, yeah, I need to make sure I've got everything set up. But it's nice to get back with steering wheel and obviously have manual gears. I think that's going to be a really good way to play it. But I've just got to persevere with some of the stuff to kind of get used to it again. But we are going to give it our best shot.
Hopefully it'll make the bales a bit easier for you. I'm just so happy you didn't ask me to do them.
Yeah, I just want to find out what the button is. What's that button do? What's that button do? Me faffing about it. What's it do?
What's it do?
I don't actually know what the... Because I haven't got the access for that. I don't think I have anyway.
I've got no clue what you're on about.
It's just to use the grab. I'm trying to think what set to, because I kind of put my gears where I would have put it. Right, I'm back, everybody, faffing about like mad, having a nightmare really with these controls. It's been so long since I've used my steering wheel setup that it's just been a bit of a nightmare. Beanie's been waiting, she's like playing with the dog that's in the field, and I've tried to get, well, for starters, my gears are still working, but I've found that I think I need to get like one of them USB hubs that's got power attached to it as well, because for some reason it keeps connecting and then yeah, it just stops and the light goes on and off. I think it's due to the power draw, the fact that I've got so many things now plugged into this kind of setup that I've done. Yeah, I need to get one that's got power and I can plug it in, so it's getting enough juice from the system, what it would normally get anyway. With you know, it's a splitter, so it's one USB going into 4. And then it can only draw so much from that USB port. So if I put power into it, which you can get, that should fix that. But trying to get the arm to work, because yeah, the normal controls that I would have done, I've now changed to like where the gears are, because that's how it is in that in the T6 I've been trying. So I've got my up, my down all fixed, and I can, you know, move the actual front loader attachment up and down. But then to get it to open, I've had to just use 2 buttons. So I've got 2 buttons, which one of them's already set to map, so that's that messed up already. Oh my god. I'm telling you, these controls are a nightmare. They are a nightmare. Because when you've got a confliction like that, like I'm not too fussed about the map. I can use my mouse, I can use my keyboard. Part of me wishes that it would tell you where they are and then give you an option, basically, like saying, what do you want to do about these? Like a multiple choice, but it just says, you've several kind of buttons, use this as well, but it doesn't specify. It only kind of gives you one option sometimes. So yeah, it's a pain, absolute pain, the way Giants have set this up, in my opinion. Because when you've got like me, I've got the keyboard, mouse, my R9 base, the function stalks. I've then got the farm stick, my Xbox. It's so many things to map out that you're always going to find something that's a problem. So it takes a while to set this up, and I thought I did a pretty good job, but obviously there was more that I didn't see. So a lot of faffing going on today, I'm not going to lie, but I need to find the map one, because I don't want to change to another one and then it just has the same issue. So like, where's the map? It'd be great if I could search here. Oh, I'm glad I've got a brew, put it that way, because this is a nightmare. Right, there we go, it's working. So I can open and close that with just 2 buttons, which is not ideal because I want it kind of on the stick. Yeah, but it's not working, so we'll have to figure this out and get it properly set up. I'm also going to get myself the USB that I think I need, and we'll go from there. I also need to do a couple more things. I did try and raise it up, Beanie will vouch for this, but it was an absolute nightmare. They ended up just putting 2 pieces of wood underneath it, which is, you know, not what I want to be doing really. So, yeah,
not ideal.
No, it's not, man. It has been a bit crazy.
It's been a bit of a nightmare, that setup. Can't lie.
It's good as well. It's just, I do think giants are the culprits here. Like that's my opinion. They could make it so much more simple when you keep, you know, mapping everything. There's so many things they could do differently, but it is getting to the point where I just think I may as well just use my controller because it's just so much user friendly.
It's a lot easier, yeah.
Anyway, good moan out of the way. How are you getting on? Can you actually see where you're going?
Yeah. I thought there'd be GPS, but I can't remember how to activate it. So I'm just glad you can't see where I've been because these are some very funky straight lines.
Fair play, fair play. I mean, it's more difficult for me to see because, yeah, I've changed the grass density, and there's only one negative to that, and it is the fact that it's a bit more difficult to see when you've spread more manure or slurry.
Yeah,
so
I think I can just about see, but it is a bit of guesswork, I'll be honest.
There we go. We got there in the end. It's so many buttons that I would just normally press on a control that it's almost painful. Like it is. It's almost painful to do this now.
Yeah.
Like, I just need to get it more tailored. Like the controls need to be better that I've set up. They're too far from each other basically. So I have to stop, do this, but then I'm holding onto the brake because it's going downhill, whereas it normally stop. So I've got to stop and keep that in mind, but I'm not used to it, so it's taking me a bit of time to just adjust to playing this way with like manual gears and, you know, using the front loaders and all that stuff on a arm or whatever it is. I don't know.
Faffing about.
That's it, and every day's a learning day, innit?
Exactly.
Also, the bales didn't drop very well for what tool I'm using. Like I really should be getting the other type of grab for this, but this series, if the people that have been following will know, I've got more debt than I've got money.
Well, yeah.
Which makes it a really realistic farm.
That is true. That is true. Oh, it doesn't like that hill, does it?
No, they are very, you know, it's all set up to be like small farms and small equipment and like no more than 150 horsepower as well.
Oh, that's rough.
Well,
with that hill. I don't know.
It's not bad, really. I mean, that T6 I've been driving out on that farm, that's 180.
Yeah.
And that's like pretty big, really, for a UK farm, so I think it's just FS-wise. Yeah, because everyone wants to use the bigger tools and stuff, and the less passes you need to do, the better.
Yeah.
Whereas farmers in real life don't mind using a 3-metre cultivator or a 3-metre seeder because they're just happy going up and down.
I mean, it's quite relaxing, so I can't blame him.
Yeah, it's been a while though since you've been on the game, hasn't it?
Yes. I think the last time I played was when your multiplayers came out.
Multi-servers?
Mr. Wade. Multiplayer servers came out.
What's going on here? This is mental. I don't actually know what's happening. That was
struggling.
Weird. Just like it was like only half of the grab was closing.
Oh.
I know. So let's try it again. It's doing it again. I don't know what's happening here. See, if I had the other grab, I'd just pick this up without any problems at all. Because I'd just go underneath it. Instead, I'm doing it this way. Faffing about, as always.
Oh, I was going to say, what's new there?
Yeah, this is painful though. Like, people will be watching this going, my God, Scroft, just go get the other grab, you mophead. Or line up better.
You got it. Why didn't you go get it?
I haven't got it. That's the thing. I'd have to buy it.
Ah, okay. Fair play then.
Yeah.
I mean, talking of faffing, I wanted to say something.
Well, I can't do this with this. I'm gonna have to switch the controller a second because this is a nightmare. And yeah, I'm just gonna do it the traditional way, which is just a lot easier.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna get rid of this stupid grab. And I'm gonna get another one.
Right. What I was saying was, for anyone who watched our BS series towards the end, but yeah, so for anyone who watched our BS series on 22, before that finished, Scroft was taking the mick out of me for walking up the stairs like a crab lady.
Yep.
And then, because there's like the spiky bits, when you, on each step there's like a spiky bit at the end of it, and we've got very narrow stairs. So I walk up it with crab feet so I don't spike my toes. Scroft then went on to cut his toes open on those things. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. And
I don't remember it being that many times.
I do.
What? What are you on about?
I do. And then he went and he fell down the stairs.
Hey, that was bad, that was.
It was bad. It was bad. And I'm not laughing because...
No, you're not laughing at all. No, no.
No, it was because you fell down after taking the mick out of me for being so... Literally. You think you've broken your coccyx, don't you?
I do, yeah. But they're not going to do anything about that.
Well, no, but it was pretty funny because I'd come down the stairs and then I just heard a thud, some words which I'm not going to repeat, and then they just came like flying like a cup of tea. I think there was half an eaten baguette, some crisp packets. And I was just like, what on earth? And yeah. So,
it was fun.
I don't want to say I told you so, but can you see some of my logic now?
Well, the falling down the stairs had nothing to do with crab walking. I slipped with my socks on the top step, so it was a hefty fall at that point. The crab walking again doesn't stop you from hitting your feet on that thing.
It does.
It doesn't. You've crab walked every set of stairs I've ever seen you go on, even without that. So what? Explain that one.
Oh.
What?
I think of... Because like when I'm at work, I don't crab walk up the stairs because they're just normal stairs.
Yeah. Listen, you crab walk upstairs, and you saw me fall down the stairs. Let's be honest, laughed your head off, and went, "I'll use that as a reason to justify why I walk like a crab up the stairs."
No.
Yeah.
I did think a little bit. I told you so, but it wasn't. It wasn't. I didn't sit there and laugh. I made sure you were alright before I started laughing. Because it was just honest, how it happened.
Yeah, it's all good.
And I made sure you were alright, and you know, there weren't any limbs hanging off, there wasn't any blood or anything like that, so you know.
It was just my ego. That was all that was hurt. Except my coccyx and my back and pretty much a lot of me. So, yeah, it wasn't that good actually, thinking about it.
No, when you say it like that, it sounds awful.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yeah, but I'm glad you were there. You've been going around telling everyone I pushed you down the stairs.
Yeah, well, that's because my little lad mate thinks it's funny. So I'm like, yeah,
I've already found the button.
That's just hilarious. Right, that was a little bit easier with that. Have you done the whole field?
Yeah.
Nice. Well done. Have you missed any bits?
I'm just looking now. I don't think so. Apart from where the tree is.
No, that's spot on, that is. When it shows up again. There we go. So there's you can't do the other field, actually, thinking about it, because...
What field?
Field 19, because it's not actually... Technically, it needs to be ploughed for it to show up. But you might be able to do field 38, which is the one across from the farm, because I have done mulching on there. So yeah, that needs fertiliser. So if you want to go do that, that'll be the next one. How many litres have we got left of the slurry? I don't know if you know. I can check in the menu. 2 seconds.
I can tell you when I get there, because it needs filling back up. There was a lot. There was like 57,000 when I first started, I think.
Yeah, and it was about 60. Yeah, they got 50. So plenty, absolutely plenty. I am using a mod that came a mod up, which makes it go further and manure. So it might be the case that, you know, I don't need that mod.
Made it too easy.
Yeah, I just like the idea of doing slurry spreading and manure more. So that was when I saw it. It appealed to me for that reason.
Yeah.
Because with a small farm and not many cows, I didn't think I'd get much. So it allows me to kind of use it more. But if going off that, it really, it doesn't really matter too much, does it? I mean, we can swap at some point if you want to do the bales.
No. I'm sound. Thank you. No, I don't need that trauma in my life again. I mean, if you want to see Beanie crying, then go for it.
Yeah. It's not that bad. It's much easier when you can just like pierce the bales, I'll say that, but like, and these aren't going to be stacked very well because I've got some that are upright and some that are kind of on the side, so, but I should have just started with this, really. So we'll try. We'll try and nudge them up and make a bit of room for them, but that's probably about as best I'm going to get it.
I'm sure you've done a cracking job.
Well, it's alright. I've only got 2 left, though, which isn't bad.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah. Got any more funny stories, then? Because people like your completely random stories.
Yes, I just thought of one. Because I had a post-it note, because I wasn't sure what we were doing with the BS, so I wrote everything down. And I don't know where I've put it, because I upgraded my desk. But I don't know what I've done with this post-it note, but I do... There was one, and we had this... We got some baguettes from Sainsbury's, because Scroft loves a ham baguette. And they go stale very quickly.
Yeah, they do. It's because it's French bread.
Yeah, you've literally got like a day or so to eat it. So we had this baguette, and we probably had it a good couple of days, and it had gone stale. And Scroff was like, "No, I'm going to eat it. I'm going to eat some of it."
Oh, I know the story you're going to tell now. I know where you're going with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And instead of like a normal person thinking, okay, I'm going to need some, at least butter to make this, edible.
It was edible. I just didn't want it to go to waste. It's money, that is.
But you could have put some butter on it.
I know, but that's more money, isn't it? Really. The butter didn't need... Like, in my head, it was like, no, I don't need butter. This is bread, and it's sound. Watch me eat this bread. And then I regret that.
Yeah, because... You're all good. So Scroff decides to eat said baguette with no butter, and it gives him the worst hiccups ever. And it was just the funniest thing because he was sat there looking so sorry for himself because he was eating this stale bread, just hiccuping.
It was pretty dry.
And, I mean, I think this is probably one of them where it was a lot funnier to actually witness it, but I could just see him sat on the sofa now. And he's just Oh god, it's making me cry. Oh god, it was just so funny. And it's like, why didn't you get some butter? It's like, because I can't even remember. I can't even remember why you said. You were like, I should have done. This is really
Yeah, no, I admit defeat at the end, but my logic at first was, right, I am not letting this go to waste, and I'm just going to eat this bread. I'm going to show you that this bread, as dry as it is alright. But then I realised it was like sawdust. So, but anyway, I've survived.
You survived.
For you to tell the tale.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh god, I was dying. It was so funny. Honestly, I think it was one of the funniest things I've seen
So
in
basically,
a long time.
People have learned in this episode that you laugh when I break my back falling down the stairs, when I nearly choke and suffocate on dry bread.
You never choked, you hiccuped.
I know, but I'm trying to be dramatic.
Yeah, but you're making me sound like I'm a horrible person.
You're not an horrible person.
Well, when you fell down the stairs, I made sure you were alright. You know.
I was alright.
I didn't just leave you there, and I cleaned up all the mess.
Yeah, there was a lot that fell off because I was holding a tray once out of some bits and bobs.
I think there was like about 3 mugs of tea. I think one you were sort of still drinking.
Yeah, I normally make 2 at a time because I've got that hot plate with keeps one warm. So, say if I'm recording or editing, I'll come down, make 2 cuppers, and then put one on the hot plate. The other one I drink, and so yeah, I think it was 2 cups tea in it and a glass of like squash or something.
Yeah.
So
half a hamburger.
Half a hamburger, not because it was dry this time.
No. No, I think you just got all. And yeah, just some of the like bits and bobs, and I was just like, oh gosh.
So you're doing that. I can actually see where you've been on that. It's a lot easier to see. Just so you know, if you want to use GPS, okay,
yeah,
hold down B and you'll bring up a menu, and you should have guidance steering, an AI worker, steering assistant, AI worker. So if you pick the steering assist, you'll get like options to change the amount of headlands you want to do and stuff like that. So if you just pick like 2, and then you'll see it, and then all you have to do is when you come out of that menu is just press B every time you want to connect to the closest line you're on.
Okay.
So basically all it is B and then hold B to go in the menu.
Right, I've got you.
If you selected AI worker, then the AI worker, you just press B and it would do the work for you. But because you're selecting steering assist, it just snaps you to the line. That's the only difference in the control at that point.
Right, I've got you.
You with me?
Yeah.
Cool. There we go. I think I'm going to have to talk about me working on a farm because it's super cool.
Yes, definitely.
It's been cool, hasn't it?
We've been busy. Beanie's got a new job, but I'm not going to say what it is. But you working on a farm is very cool.
So yeah, your job, I know you can't say what it is, but I'll tell everybody what it is. She's joined the circus. So, no.
I was going to say them. I was like, Scroft?
No, she can't because it's basically to do with like health, like the NHS and stuff like that. So it's a role where you just can't talk about like the role really, but you can say that what you do. You can basically tell them what you do. It's not an issue there.
Okay, yeah. So
the sector,
Yeah, so I'm working in a private hospital, and but I'm not doing anything healthcare related. That wouldn't end well for anybody involved. I am doing HR and accounts work, which is really exciting, and I'm actually really enjoying it.
Yeah, it's a great job. It is. You've done really well to get it. I'm proud of you anyway. But yeah, I mean, it's basically it's like mental health. So people that are sectioned, so she can't really say where she is, what company it is, things like that, because you have to sign a load of things when it's stuff to do with people being sectioned and mental health and all that. But it's HR work for a good company like that, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And it's people's medical data and all that sort of stuff. And
Yeah.
also the staff side, with it being like obviously HR, it's just, yeah. And also, with the nature of the patients, don't want them knowing too much about me either. Just because of, what their medical issues sort of are. But I'm really enjoying it. And yeah, I'm hoping it's a really good start for a good career.
Yeah, it will be,
Basically.
definitely. And that's pretty much the reason I know a lot of people have said, like, where's the BS series? The BS series was a really good series. We had like a core following of people. It didn't actually get the most views in comparison to like my other Let's Play series that I was doing on 22. But the people that watched it, I had a lot more comments and likes. So it was like there was a core following that kept coming back to watch it because they enjoyed it. And it was a bit like just us playing, being ourselves and chatting. And it was a podcast, really, was playing FS. So,
Yeah.
For a lot of people, they loved it for that reason. And I loved doing it. But with the new job you're doing, and, it's not something that you've just had time for. Let's be honest, you haven't.
No.
And I didn't want to put that on. And I'm happy, playing the game, making my channel, my content, doing the farm. And now I've got a farm job as well for 2 days. Everything's just got pretty crazy. And I think it's the good time for it because we're still waiting, really. It feels like for FS25 to kind of hit where it can hit. There's still some problems. I feel like the modding scene's not hit the heights it can. Not because of the modders, just because Giants were having such a backlog of mods. But also, like I've been speaking to a lot of UK modders this is now. There's not many active. There isn't. Like, it's so sad, but it's true. The only people that I can think of that are active, mappers this is Briscoe. Calmsden Briscoe is making one. Oxy's obviously making one, but he's very busy and it's not going to be out till 2026. So we're talking next year with that. And then I actually can't think of any other mapper that's working on a UK map except Calmsden Briscoe and Oxy. I actually can't think of one other person. It might be because I've gone blank. Ross and Mods and Fast Farming, 4D modding, they're pretty much flying the flag for like UK mods on ModHub and even 4D on his itch.io page. But like, there's a lot of people like AMG and God, there's so many people like I'm thinking about that we haven't seen many mods off yet, and I think it's just because they're probably still enjoying 22 more. I know a lot of players are. So yeah, it's a really tricky thing because you look back at like FS19, where I think we hit the pinnacle of what I enjoyed at FS. 22 was an amazing game. Like, I really enjoyed it. It was great for my channel and everything, but I actually enjoyed FS19 more because I felt like after we had seasons and the Maze Plus stuff was coming out for the first time and all the UK maps that we had from really good mappers that are no longer making maps like Green Bale, people like that. It's just a shame because, yeah, we had so much potential then at the end, and then we went into 22 all hyped, but we didn't really get many maps. And I get that it gets difficult for mappers to make them because, if the graphics improve and the models improve, they want to kind of match that or improve themselves. So it takes longer anyway, which is to be expected. But we've got Oxy, and this is why I've said, like, for any UK players, we're lucky. We're very lucky because if Oxy stopped, I don't actually know. We'd have Calmsden Briscoe, who's making a brilliant map at the moment. And you can check out his channel. He's got some good videos on that as he's progressing through it. So I'm really excited to try that out. And then we got Bally Spring, which is obviously going to be remade by the guys, the Irish modders, 4D modding, Connor and them guys over on the Bally Spring team. So that's obviously going to be a great map. But then apart from that, them 3 maps, I don't actually know. It's just Oxy, Briscoe, and Bally Springs. So I actually don't know of any other UK maps that have been worked on. And it does worry me. It does. I know Giants are obviously bringing out a UK map, but like, everyone knows that now. But yeah, it's I don't know. I'm worried. I am. I've been worried for a while about it because I want to play UK map. I don't want like a simple open map that's, you know, they come on ModHub and they require like 20 mods. A lot of them are just like placeables that someone's just placed down and then it's an open field or something. You know, there's not much feel to it, and I think that's where I love playing these kind of maps like Oxy makes, because it just feels like you're there, and it's always based off somewhere. Yeah, but it's always based off somewhere that's real. So Calmsden's real, and this is what it looks like. And Court Farmers is real, and that's what it looks like. And you know, the other maps he's made, I think he's done a couple that aren't, but there's not many. He's always taking them off a real life place. It just gives it that feel, that realistic feel, and you feel like, you know, it's good. So I like maps like that. But Oxy always goes the extra mile, puts the detail and does the modelling. You know, makes it look pretty cool and stuff. But we got good modders that can do that too. But I feel like they've got less interested. You know, Bullet Bill was amazing, absolutely amazing, still is, and he's just, you know, he won't mind from his post that he puts on Facebook. It's pretty obvious from me saying this. He's just become disillusioned for his reasons, which is valid reasons. Let's be honest, that he's not making mods for public use anymore. He's just making for his personal use, and it's a shame, because something like that is, you know, when you're that creative and that talented, to me, it's just a shame that other people can't experience that. But I fully understand why. I fully understand. I do. So, yeah, I'm hopeful, but I'm also quite cautious with the future of Farm Sim. I do think that the next game is a big moment for Giant Software. I think they have to really prove that they've listened to the people and stop making a game that's tailored to arcade. Make a game that's for everybody. So for your hardcore simulation players, for the guys that just want to jump on a couple of hours here and there because they've busy lives, and people that just want to go and play as unrealistic as possible, full arcade. Give everybody the option to enjoy the game. I do think the core people, though, that made that game what it is, and the company today what it is, are the hardcore simulation players that want it to be more realistic. And they've been neglected now. They have. You know, they have. They don't. They're the things they're not putting in, probably because they're more difficult to do, and it's just easier to make baby animals or throw in a new.
Unless it's horses.
Say again?
Unless it's horses.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. But it's easy just to throw in something like that, but instead of putting all the details with it, you know, like the fact that they're going to need different feed or whatever it might be to make it more in depth, it's just easy to throw in that visual effect of baby animals, and it's just easier to do it that way. And I think that's the path they've taken, unfortunately. And they know this, like they do now, because they have had a lot of grief since 25 launched. You know, all the social posts that they've made, honestly, being, you could go on Facebook, go on anything really, all their social posts, YouTube, everything. The comments are filtered with people saying fix the game or do this or do that. And yeah, a lot of people yeah, exactly. A lot of people, when asked, you know, what do you want to see from the interactions I've had, this, I don't speak for everyone obviously, but the interactions I've had, people do agree with what I've kind of highlighted, which is we need more gameplay features. You know, you brought things like that out in 22, but not in 25, and we're supposed to be playing this for another 3 years, but there's nothing extra to do. It just looks better, and it does look better. Like, you can't deny it. It's hands down. The graphics, the visual effects are better. But I do think the lighting... Sorry?
They've just given it a facelift, though.
Yeah, they have. But I do think the lighting in 22, on like maps like Oxy's, and the ones that had custom lighting. So some of, like the Bally Springs had some really good lighting. There was a mod called Relight as well, that was kind of the first thing that came out in 22 that did that. And then Bullet Bill gave his custom lighting kind of setup, you could call it, his configuration to Oxy, who put it in Court Farms, and that looks amazing. That looks amazing for that reason. So I still think when you've got good lighting in 22, the game looks better lighting wise than it, you know, in colour, the way it's kind of set up, than what it does in 25. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still going to play this game no matter what, because I love farming, and this is the closest I can get to it, you know, when I'm not farming on 2 days, you know.
Perfect segue into my question.
Go on then.
We were going to talk about your new farm job, and I sidetracked you. I do apologise.
No worries. What were we talking about? To sidetrack, I can't even remember now. I went on a rate tangent.
You were saying, we've got to speak
Go on,
about
I'll
my
go
new
left.
job.
There you go.
Thank you.
No worries. Yeah.
And yes, we do, because it's incredible what you're doing. I'm very jealous. I want to come up, and I know there's a lot more to it than this, but I want to come and get paid to feed baby lambs.
Yeah, I mean, there won't be any more feeding baby lambs now, bottle fed. They're all on them automatic robots. Well, they're not automatic robots. I say it like that, but basically it's a thing that does an auto mix. It mixes warm water with the calf replacer milk. Well, calf lamb replacer milk, should I say. And then, yeah, it gets warmed up to a certain temperature, so it's like, the way it's supposed to be. And then they go through pipes, these kind of like... they're like nipples, basically, just rubber nipples that are on the side of these posts, and then they get the lambs get trained how to just feed themselves, so they've got it on demand, which is amazing because they can have as much as they need, and you can never get one that's not been fed because there's enough of them in the area. So, in the video that came out today as I'm recording this, there's a kind of show where all these lambs are. But we're getting to that point now where there's no more lambing for a bit. I think it's June, July next time we lamb on that farm, because we don't just lamb once a year, because obviously we're milking sheep. So there will be loads to do at some point. But yeah, there's going to be more farm work now.
Any help,
I'm sure they will then, definitely. Definitely.
I will come and feed baby lambs.
But you have to do some of the other jobs as well. You got to, help out with the feeding the ewes that are just had lambs or going to be lambs, because they get sectioned off to kind of protect them whilst they go through that. So they need water, they'll need buckets of feed and, things like that. So you can do a bit of that as well. But there's a lot of farm work now, which is what I'm looking forward to the most at the moment, because I've done all that. I've done the milking every day. But the next few jobs is like muck spreading and getting the ground ready for obviously the first and second cutting and so on of the grass, which is going to happen pretty much when I go in tomorrow. Like they're getting close to doing first cut now. That's going to be exciting.
That's going to be good. That's going to be fun. Honestly, when I saw the footage of you when you were just in the tractor, just driving about doing your thing, you just looked so happy, and I was like, that's just Scroft. He's in his element. And he's loving everything.
I was happy, I'll be honest.
I could just, you were just beaming, and it was just so nice to see. And I was just like, he's loving every second of this. It's like, dream come true sort of thing.
It was, and I was trying my best to kind of take it dead seriously, but inside I just wanted to go, woo, woo,
woo, I'm in a tractor.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
But no, I was taking it dead seriously. I was trying to learn everything, because there's a lot to learn in a tractor. It's not just as straightforward as, just driving up and down. You've got to connect everything. It takes a long time, and then using the right kind of setup inside, revs, hydraulics, everything. I'm learning about muck spreader next, and it's a big Teagle spreader, and that's going to have a lot of weight in it when it's full. I think they're starting me off by showing me me doing the loading, so I'll sit there, wait for them to come and the muck spreader, and then load it up, and they'll go spread it and then come back and I do the loading, which is going to be good because I've used the arm already, and because of games like this, it feels really easy to do, to be honest. It's just natural. But the driving and getting the rev set up and turning the PTOs on and getting it all hooked up and connected and making sure that the field, because if the field's when you've got such a heavy load like that and you go in to a field that might be saturated in some areas but you don't know the field very well, you can get stuck and that's it, then you're damaging the field really bad. And there's a spot in the first, I think it was the second video I did, when I did the first time of getting the drone up, where they were out in the muck spreader last time round and it got stuck, and they had to spray it, to drop it all out at one point, and you can see where that happened, but you can also see the tyres and that kind of track that's just now permanent there until they probably turn the soil over again and replant in, because it did that much damage. So I'm a little bit nervous about that, because these are important fields that are made for hay, the ones that I was doing, and they're the hay fields, but they've also got a lot of silage fields because they do 3 cuts of it. So I don't want to be doing any damage to these important fields that they're going to need and stuff. So it is quite a big test for someone that's never done anything like that before. And I was reversing animal trailers the other day and other things like that alligator that I was calling crocodile for half the episode, even though at the first half of it I was calling it the right thing. Yeah, that was really quite good to reverse. I'm surprised the farmer that was showing me, the young lad, he was like saying, "You've done really well there, mate." So, like, and I was proper chuffed with that, really chuffed.
A bit of a natural at it. He was
I think
saying
it's just FS.
The daughter-in-law, she's been driving tractors for like 10 years and wishes she could reverse like that.
Yeah,
and
I know. She doesn't like tractors.
No, fair play. I don't blame her. I wouldn't like reverse with the trailer, and I think that sounds scary as anything. And I don't mind reversing. I'd like to think I can reverse pretty well. But driving one of them big tractors with the trailer on the back, I can't even do it on a video game. How am I going to do it in real life?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was using it was like a medium-sized animal trailer, so it wasn't massive, but it was about medium, and it was all right because everything's so much slowed down, so everything feels like you're in more control. Like when I'm playing the game and I'm doing it, you're not as much control, and I feel like that's the one thing that always happens when you do it in the real world. Everything slows down, everything's in control because you're in the real world, and you've got to be right. You've got to take your time. You've got to not rush through this stuff. You know, when you're playing a video game, people naturally try and cut corners or not take the time. They're trying to be just fun and enjoy the game and stuff. So I actually found it really surprisingly easy, a lot easier than I thought I was going to. And I think the farmer thought the same, because he was like, I've seen people jump in tractors and then they almost just can't reverse a tractor with the trailer on it. Just also almost so unnatural that they can't do it. But you know, playing FS with a steering wheel really does help, because you're doing it. It's the same way. You have to turn the wheel the opposite direction, you know, which is why I've decided to go to manual gears, because I want to get in the habit of doing that. So when I'm not playing the game and I'm out in the tractors in real life, it's almost natural for me to have this hand sitting on a joystick kind of thing, and using it to what it's intended to be used for. That's where I'm at, really. But no, I'm proper lucky, and I'm loving it. I really am. Like, first few days killed me.
Yes.
But it got better, and every day's been an improvement, really. Come on, girl. What are you doing? There we go. Got there in the end.
Right, I've done the second field.
Alright, and well, I'll just bring this bale up and then we'll leave it there. Been recording for quite some time, so...
No worries.
I'll just head out of this field and then bring this bale
I've
back
got
up.
half a tank of muck still. What do you want me to do with it?
Just leave it in there. That'll be fine.
Okay. Yes, I can do that.
But I like it because I'm sitting in like highs now, but I'm in high 1, so it won't go like a crazy speed. You know, it's slow and steady. But when I come out of here and I get back on the main road, instead of it doing 11 miles an hour, I'll go up to 3 and it'll hit 19 miles an hour, which is like its maximum that it can go to.
Yeah.
And I like how I can just at a flick of a switch change to my lows like I am now. So I'm in low 3 and it's doing 12 now, but if I go to low 1, it won't go above 6 miles an hour. So it's really good for kind of, you know, taking your time and being in control a little bit more. So I like it. I like playing like this. I feel like I've got a better hang of it from when I started. It's just I need to get the controls sorted out, really.
Yeah, you need to figure that out, don't you? Set it up fully. But
yeah, definitely.
you're getting there.
But last bale on this side. I mean, I've got a couple more, but I might leave them out there because I'm going to do another chop and I'll probably sell them for a bit of cash. I don't need this many silage bales.
No, fair play.
Have you enjoyed it then? Being back in FS? Yeah?
Definitely.
Sweet,
Yes,
then.
it's been a lot of fun. I really do enjoy filming these. and just sitting down and having a natter. Yeah, and I like it as well because it's like you know, I'm in your world.
Well, what we'll try and do then is we'll try and, you know, do it more often, but just with no added pressure, so we don't have a series that we have to do. It's just as and when you've got the time, you can jump into like one of the series that I'm playing on, and yeah, jobs are good.
I like that. Yeah, I think that's a cracking idea, and it means there's no pressure, is there?
Exactly.
For us.
Ooh, that's not what I want to do.
Work commitments and stuff, because half of the problem is, you know, there'll be a time where I'm like, oh, okay, I've got a bit of free time now, and then you're busy as anything, and it's just sometimes when those moments line up, all you really want to do is, you know, maybe just actually spend a bit of time with you not working, if you get me.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, it's
just trying to fix
really
this
enjoyed
bale.
it. Thank you for inviting me.
It's alright, it's all good. I've enjoyed it too.
Yeah, I even cleaned the tractor for you.
Whee! You can clean the muck spreader. I don't mind. I'm joking. I don't know why you've parked it like that though. It's dead on. It's more difficult to get now.
I thought that's where it was when I got in it.
Well, want it the other way around though, so you can actually attach to it.
Yeah. Maybe.
Right. Let me jump in.
I can't remember.
I'll jump in and get it and swing it around. I'll actually try and do it all in first. Now this one's a bit different with the gears. You've got lows and highs, but you've got like highs and lows in the lows and highs, if that makes sense.
Oh god.
And you've also got 8 reverse gears. So let's go 1 low, and
I'm just glad it left me in automatic gears because I think I would have had a meltdown trying to figure out how to do that.
so if I go to now 1 low, this should be really slow. So 6 miles an hour, it's not too bad. Like that's plenty for what I want to do here. 1 high is 7. So it kind of just jumps between the two.
Okay.
So
it's running me over. I wonder where the dog's gone.
he normally follows where the work is because he tries to get in the way of everything.
Sounds like a real dog then.
Yeah.
Hey, were you on about the slurry spreader being the other way round?
Yeah.
I thought you were on about the tractor. Yeah, the slurry. I didn't want to try and turn that around in this courtyard.
I'm going to try it with manual gears and a steering wheel.
I'm watching. No pressure. I mean, just a little bit, seeing as, you know, you've done this in real life now, Scroft. Not with the muck spreader, but yeah.
It's difficult because it's the camera. You're trying to get the camera right.
Yeah. That's why I sort of just go bird's eye and then... Yeah, but then it makes me go the wrong way when I'm trying to steer forwards. Like if I'm trying to move around.
Right. Let's see if I can do this.
You've got this.
We'll find out. It might be difficult
pressure.
to kind of think because of this wall.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
it's me and a couple thousand people on the internet watching you.
I don't mind that. I always faff anyway. They wouldn't be even surprised.
That is true.
Right, so I'll give myself a better run up. Right, now we can swing her. I've got more space.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that because then I can just
You know
drive
what?
forward.
I was going to say that isn't bad.
That was pretty good. I'm happy with that. Not bad practice.
Not bad at all. Fair play, Scroft. You did well there.
It helps to just go slow.
Slow and steady wins the race.
I mean, I can't see the back end. I wish the mirrors worked better in FS because, like, I don't know if I'm scraping the wall right now or anything. I probably am.
Yeah. Well, just a little.
With the tyres.
With the tyres, yeah.
Yeah, that'll be fine. I'm happy there like that.
I mean, you're not scraping the wall there.
Let's have a look. Hey, do you know what? That's a 8, that is. I could have gone back further, but it'll be fine there. It's out the way. Happy days.
Ah, you did well. Well done, Scroft. No faffing.
Well, a bit of faffing.
For
We've definitely
once.
done a bit of faffing.
Well, you know. I mean, yes. Isn't that what we always do?
Pretty much. Pretty much. Right, there we go. Engine off.
You've got a
Jobs
lot
are
of
done.
eggs.
Have I?
Yeah.
Don't stand on them. You can't stand on my eggs, man. What are you doing?
Hey,
You pay
says
for
the
that
guy
one.
who's mowed the dog
Yeah,
on
but the
3
dog-
occasions.
The dog gets in the way, so it's the dog's fault.
You can't mow a dog.
Hey, in FS you can do anything.
Well, then, I can
You can't stand on
you.
eggs. Right. Do you want to do the
Anyway.
outro? 'Cause it's been a long time, so people
Oh,
have probably
okay.
enjoyed listening to you.
Let's
No
see if I
pressure.
can remember this. They're probably sick of my voice. Okay, well, thanks everyone for watching. Me and Scroff faffing about.
Faffing about. Say it. Go on.
Faffing about.
Sorry. Couldn't help
Yeah,
myself.
should be. On his small holding series. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a big like and pop us a comment down below telling us either what Easter egg you've had or what, if you've had an Easter roast and what meat you've had. Something along them lines. Something Easter food related if you've made it this far. And if you've enjoyed Scroff's faffing, make sure to subscribe and turn the notifications on. Thank you everybody for watching, and I'll catch up with you sometime soon.
Woo! Nice one. See you, everybody.
Bye!
Bye.